I don't think there's a video game series out there that's more addicting than Monster Hunter, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is no exception to that. It's easily the best game in the series, and I like it a lot. As of today, the date in which this review is posted, I've spent over 100 hours fighting monsters and gathering tons of items, and I still really haven't delved that deep into everything Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate has to offer. That's really why this review is long overdue, because I wanted to get a complete grasp on the game before reviewing it, not just the basics, the full deal. Needless to say, I'm really enjoying every part of it, from the story, to the gameplay, and to the presentation. Oh yeah, there's a story in this iteration of Monster Hunter, and it's pretty good. The opening sequence is especially great. It gets the player accustomed to the control style and tone of Monster Hunter. It teaches the player virtually everything they need to know about the gameplay. If you couldn't already tell, the opening has the player shooting a gigantic sand monster with a cannon, then going on its back to get a hat. It's exhilarating and fun. After that, the player is inducted into a caravan where you must investigate disturbances in different lands. A lot of the story progression involves text-heavy dialogue, but they're pretty well written and entertaining if you care enough to read them. Sure, it's not in-depth or compelling, but it does what it sets out to do, establishes a reason to go out questing. Plus, the story gradually teaches newer players advanced techniques like aerial strikes and mounting. Some of it can be somewhat hand-holdy, but the dialogue boxes can be skipped easily, so it never presented a problem to me. The main draw of the game, however, the gameplay, is amazing. It's difficult, engaging, fun, and just about any positive adjective you can think of. If you didn't already know, in Monster Hunter, you fight monsters. I know, sounds a bit out there. But you can also take quests to gather materials, mine some ore, catch some bugs, or craft some items. There's a lot of depth and variety to all the questing you can do in Monster Hunter. For example, quests have different sub-quests you can complete for extra rewards. I'm not the biggest fan of the more search and gather type quests, but I certainly don't mind them. Running around in the vast world, or should I say worlds of Monster Hunter, is incredible. With the 3D effect on, the visuals really shine, and the sheer variety of the locations you can go to is amazing. The ice location has to be my favorite, just due to how the style is presented. It's also home to one of my favorite monsters in the game, Zamtrios. He's got so much style and grace. Just look at how he flops around. Zamtrios is a perfect example of how much character and thought is put into each and every monster in this game. Some are even utterly terrifying, like the later game monsters that are both massive and threatening. Also, the returning monsters from past games feel unique and different. I haven't played that much of the previous games to delve into specifics, just take my word for it that monsters like Gypsaros are now more challenging and unique. What I love most about these monsters is the way you go about fighting them. There is a much greater emphasis on three-dimensional movement in this iteration, meaning you can climb up walls with ease and strike a monster with greater force from the air. And if the monster is down, you can mount it to deal tons of damage over and over. This adds a lot more depth to the combat system than you would think. I found myself frequently trying to find some edges or raised areas to aerial attack my foes. See, there are constant ways to overpower a monster when you're weaker than it. This makes the combat feel more engaging and immersive. It's not just about mashing the attack button. You have to plan your strikes carefully and avoid the monster's attacks. And you have to keep the sharpness of your weapon in mind, along with your health and stamina. These monster battles require some thought to successfully beat, so when you finally chase down a monster and slay it, you feel accomplished. Especially when you slay a beast all by yourself. You feel a genuine sense of pride that no game I have played has ever made me feel before, and that's what keeps reeling me back in. It's so satisfying to wail on a monster and watch it scurry away and then hunt it down and defeat it. Killing a monster is not only rewarding in an emotional sense, but also in a material sense. Once a monster is down, you can carve it for a bunch of different materials that you can craft into new equipment. The new equipment and upgrades are your forms of leveling up in Monster Hunter. You become stronger with every monster you defeat as you upgrade more and more. This, like everything else in the game, is so satisfying and enjoyable. Plus, there is a wide array of weapon classes and armors to choose from, so if you ever do get bored of a certain style, you can spice up the gameplay in an instant. To top off this wonderful experience is the flawless multiplayer. There is not a smoother multiplayer experience on the 3DS than Monster Hunter. Well, maybe except Pokemon and Fantasy Life. I've experienced little to no lag, and fighting monsters with friends is so much fun. It's so enjoyable to coordinate how to go about attacking certain monsters with other people. And if you're able to actually talk to the person, it makes the experience even better. Hearing people feel proud over killing a really challenging monster and yelling at each other when someone goofs off is spectacular. spectacular. Now my only complaint, and this is a minor nitpick, is that there is no voice chat in the game. The communication with strangers is bare bones, so it makes it hard to coordinate a monster hunt. If you look past that and have a talented cast of strangers at your side, you'll be having the time of your life. Oh, and I should also mention, you're not completely alone if you don't want to play the multiplayer. This is because a customizable cat follows you throughout the game and aids you on hunts. I like this companionship, but all I can say is get ready for a lot of hilarious cat puns. Overall, I love Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. It is truly the most immersive and best Monster Hunter to date. The graphics are pretty decent in 3D, even better on the new 3DS, and the music truly makes you feel like you're going on an epic hunt. The gameplay is so satisfying and genuinely fun. With a couple friends, you have hours upon hours of monster hunting on your hands. If you like Monster Hunter or are in any way a fan of video games, you're doing yourself a disservice by not owning this game. But if you're a newcomer to this series, I would highly recommend you research some elements about the game before diving in. I've seen a lot of people getting turned off by the game because they knew nothing about it. One of my friends didn't know the monsters did not display health bars, so he thought the game was broken at first. In turn, he sold his copy without seeking any more information or experiencing the game to its fullest. Do not do this. Seek out the information if you want to get the game to make sure you don't fail. If you do that, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate will be a lot of fun. The sheer amount of replayability makes the price tag of $40 for this game worth every penny. See, the great thing about this experience is that no hunt will be like the last. It's the sort of game that's built off of the community and your friends. Just that alone has given me 30 hours of fun, entertaining gameplay. But as always, if you disagree or agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. And once again, sorry this is taking me so long, but Monster Hunter and many other titles just had me hooked. I couldn't put the game down and write the review. So yeah, thanks for watching and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.